Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to week 2 of the social media challenge, where Jess and I got together and decided that we were just going to kind of give our social media channels an overhaul, make sure we're doing the right thing. And we thought, why not just bring everybody into this? Because this is an ongoing thing for us. Like, as real estate agents, our presence out in the world on social media, that's where our clients find us. So it's very important. And so I'm so appreciative of Jess because she's so much better at social media than I am. And we all have our social media channels that are go-to, right? For me, it's Facebook. Like, I live in Facebook. I'm not very good at Instagram, but I know that that is something I need to have a presence. So I do have a presence and I'm working on that, but Jess is a little bit better at it. And somebody else might have some ideas too. I know that Jamie's going to be popping on here in a little bit. So Jess, I
Yeah,
will just kind of hand it over to you.
absolutely. Thank you. And the thing about social media is there's a lot we can control, but there's also stuff that we can't control, and it does change. So the algorithm for Instagram has changed recently, and I'm kind of like Dawn in the middle of refreshing and revamping my own Instagram profile. So let me just go ahead and share screen. And we will get started talking about some of these changes and best practices for Instagram. Um, I know a lot of you were here last week, but social media is just such an awesome way to build the know, like, and trust at scale, kind of. It's efficient, it's scalable. There's a place for calling and door knocking and all of that for a lot of people, but I love social media because you can do it your way, you can be yourself, and you'll attract the people that resonate with that. And it's okay to repel the people that don't. Like, they'd probably be a pain in the butt to work with anyway. So it's true, right? Um, just to learn our way around. And Dawn just had these awesome ladies from Next Chapter Social on as a guest, and we will share their video too because it's awesome. But
Absolutely.
I like the way that they kind of described the parts of Instagram. They call them neighborhoods, but you have your stories, which light up kind of around your profile picture, and your profile, which tell everyone something about you. And then your highlights, which are stories that instead of going away after 24 hours, you can save them and kind of categorize them. And then your feed. In your feed, there are three parts kind of in between the highlights and the feed with your Instagram posts, reels, and then things you're tagged in. Um, and so just helpful reminders. Yeah, the types of posts that you can do are images, graphic, carousels, which is kind of like a slideshow. You just kind of, do a few different images, graphics, or photos, reels, which are the short videos, and stories, like I said, that go away after 24 hours, and highlights. And certain people like different things. Certain people go down the rabbit hole and binge reels or stories. I don't know. What do you guys like? What do you guys
I
prefer to
like stories.
consume?
I like to use the stories on Instagram for personal stuff. I feel like that's just where I put it, but I have my Instagram and I have my Facebook synced so they go together. So anything I put on a story on Instagram shows up on my Facebook as well. And then
Yeah.
anything I post on my Facebook page goes on my Instagram page as well. So I love that they work together, but that's been kind of for me, like, it's been a challenge because I don't get into Instagram. I just think to myself, Facebook's automatically doing it when I'm really missing the boat. And I want to share a couple of things that these ladies have taught me too, real quick, Jess.
Yeah.
Is that we kind of overthink Instagram, whereas if we would just take the time and go in, create and make sure the profile is correct, and then have those top 6 posts be pinned and be all about what you do. And from there, if you don't do a lot more, at least if one of our clients goes to find us, they see what we're all about. Like, they could just look at our profile, our about area, and then those first six pin posts, and get an idea of what it would be like to work with us. We don't have to overthink it and continuously keep it going and going and going. We can, but you don't have to. So that was a
Yeah,
huge aha moment. So I'm learning a lot from
absolutely.
them.
Absolutely. Well, where did my slides go, y'all? Sorry. Okay. Can you guys see the slide again?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right. And Dawn's right. If we get our profile set up and those six pinned posts, that's awesome because people will find you on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever you are out there if they're out looking around. Um, so this is your user ID. This is your name. I am not utilizing this as much as I should, but Dawn shared the link to the YouTube video
Yeah.
of the next chapter, Social Girls, and they will explain this needs to be what you do, like what people are going to search for. If people are looking for social media tips, they're going to find this profile, next chapter, social. And your bio, I forget how many characters. It's pretty short, but
Like
uh,
150, I think.
yep, it just explains what you do, and then you get to share a link or two as well.
Super easy. Like, I mean, hopefully we all have this set up right, but if you don't, just take a minute, take a day and just go work on it and follow the video that I just shared. It has some awesome nuggets in it.
Yep, for sure. And this was one other helpful thing that I have not been good at is saving my stories as highlights. So these are good categories that you can have as your highlights on your Instagram page. Your sales, different neighborhoods, awards, about you, your family, your recommendations, and testimonials. So they go into that a little bit more too. But if people are, you know, making sure you're legit and wanting to see themselves in some of your other clients and making sure you're the right fit for them and you can really help them, those testimonials are really good to build trust. I just recently went to a Tom Ferry marketing class, and these are some of the reminders from them. Video is so powerful. People really feel like they know you and like they're talking to their friend, you know? So, video is super important. I know I always am like, oh, it's easier just to find an old photo and post it and do a caption. I'd rather write than video. But once you get good at it, it can be faster and it can really create relationships. So your goal is to just establish more influence so that you're considered when they think of realtors. And some of the changes that I was talking about is Instagram now feeds you more content from other creators that they think you're interested in. So how do they know? It like who you interact with, what interests you have. If you share, I think even if you send DMs, like send reels to people, and I swear this is true because I share mom stuff and just silly stuff about family, and that's what it's showing me. So I'm like, I really need to be more intentional about putting out more real estate content because it's probably just other frazzled moms that are seeing my content. I don't know. And hey, maybe that's my niche and my ideal client. So maybe it'll work out. But on your home feed of Instagram, it's about 50% people you follow and what they're doing, and 50% what the algorithm, what AI thinks that you're going to like to watch. So that's different. I feel like it used to be all people you follow, and the real section is almost all AI. So be careful with who you interact with, what you share, what you send, what you do on there, because that's what's going to keep coming up. Does that make sense? Do y'all have any questions yet? And then relevance. It'll increase the algorithm when you consistently post about the same thing. So, kind of my takeaway from this Tom Ferry conference is that I need to be posting a lot more real estate walkthroughs and local stuff and, maybe do more of the personal stuff on Facebook. And followers don't matter nearly as much as they used to. The number of followers is less relevant, and it really matters who engages with your content. So if you have thousands of followers, but they don't engage, it kind of holds you back. Um, and so you get more of what your content attracts. So if you're looking for people moving to Austin or people living in Austin, you need to be sharing more local Austin content. Um, and Instagram is different than some of the other short form stuff like TikTok because it's really easy for people to DM you on Instagram. And they also reward videos that get shared. So if they're entertaining or educational or, expression like emotion, or if you connect with people, and I don't know, think about what you share and what you like sharing to your stories. But it is awesome if your goal is to get buyers and sellers in your area to get super local. So top five lists are great. There's some other posts with like fun things to do with kids, and I share some of their stuff. Sometimes they put out great content. So that's probably, why I get stuck in that loop. But yeah, don't be afraid to be super local because I would share stuff about Austin with my followers about Austin. It's more shareable, I feel like, if it's a little bit more niche down.
Well, and it always goes back to we don't need everybody to be our followers. Like we need just the right people and our little small audience is all that we really need. And so think about
Yep.
that and don't overthink it because I know for me like I can tend to think like, "Oh, I don't have that many followers," or "Oh, I got to have a million followers," and that's just not true. Like we just need the right people. So we need to stop being so
Absolutely.
hard on ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And so think about who those right people are and what your goal is, because Instagram is just out there trying to find people who want your content. So if mine is families and upsizers, like take a few minutes to think about what they need and how you can help and serve them. Because if you're just one of those, I help everybody and anybody looking to buy, sell, lease anywhere in the world, invest, whatever, you kind of just get lost in the masses.
And I'm
Instagram wants to know who you're
and
for.
it's funny just because you're doing upsizers and I'm doing downsizers and I'm working
Yeah.
on empty nesters and I'm
I love
thinking
it.
of a video channel for Sunday Fun Day for empty nesters. Like now that the kids are all grown and flown, like what could we all do? And maybe let's all meet up at a fun little bar or restaurant on Sunday and just try to build more people and a little bit of a following like that.
I
So
love it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
love it
awesome.
too.
That's
And then
going to
I
be a
sell their
huge.
really big house, get them into a small house. But with the empty nesters, my thought is like they all have kids that are buying and selling. Like they're going to
Yep.
recommend their realtor. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they can go during the day. They usually have
yeah,
money, equity, like
yeah.
they're great. And that's going to be huge just demographically in the next 10 years or so. So it's super smart.
Yep.
And I thought this was a good way to think about it. Like your reels are going to attract new followers, get more people to follow you, and then you can use your stories to interact and engage with those followers. And here are some examples of how you can engage through your stories. We're halfway through the year. Who still has the goal of buying a home before the year is up? And they all sell, they're all yes in a different way. Me, can your team help? Me, but I'm looking to buy elsewhere, or I'm actually thinking about selling my home, not buying. So that's a great one. Feeling overwhelmed with the idea of having to sell your current home to buy the next one? Stressed, please help. Not stressed, but can you help? I'm looking to buy my first home. Can you help? And do you help with rentals too? So it's a great way to start conversations like with your followers. Thank you for that. Here's my guide. Here's how I can help. Let's hop on a call. It's just, engaging, staying connected and keeping in touch. And these can really help you be more relevant to them. Gotta love reconnecting with clients and getting messages like this. Hey, Sam, thanks for everything. I still can't believe you helped me make over 510K in equity. You're the man. Want to know the equity you have in your home? Yes, yes, and yes. Basically, can I get a free custom equity report? I just look at Zillow's estimate to know, or I don't own a home. Can you help me buy one? So those are awesome ideas. And then
And
showing wins. Mm-hmm. Go
if
ahead,
you're
Don.
out of ideas or you don't have ideas, there are a bunch of different idea vaults that you can use. Like I love keeping current matters. There's there's books that are about content. So if that's where you're struggling, then that's what you need to just kind of do the research on and figure out where you are and what's missing and what do you need to figure out. So,
Yeah, and I'm
um,
going to share some of these accounts that
oh,
are doing
awesome.
a really good job
Yay.
at Instagram too, so we can get ideas from people that are crushing it. Uh,
Perfect.
and then some other tips. I know Dawn and I like to create one longer video a week, and we have virtual assistants that'll chop it up and create a few vertical short form videos for you to use on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, wherever. Video walkthroughs are great, and you don't even have to be in the videos. And this one I like, this guy like talks and touches things that you would want to touch if you were walking through the home. So he can talk about the texture and, it almost is like virtual reality in a way, like they're really there doing the walkthrough. Um, and yeah, again, make your page about your audience. So know who you're talking to, give stories and examples of how others have benefited from what you do. It builds trust. So if you saved your client money, if you sold their house for more than the Zestimate, if you got them an amazing deal on new construction, hop on video and just talk about them or have them hop on video. And then kind of Dawn and I are in the middle of this, but you don't have to be perfect. Any posting is better than not posting. Done is better than perfect, and we can always improve our page as we go. But just starting is super important. And there's only one thing that stops us from making videos, and it's us and all of our crap about how we look and how we sound and not knowing what to say and all of those things. So,
Fun, fun, fun.
yes. So this guy's name is Sam RP. He is out of Boston. You can kind of look at his profile, and I like that he has these three pinned: about me, meet Sam, buyers start here, and sellers start here. So those are his pinned posts. And then he's thrown some other stuff in, but a lot of these are just walkthroughs and like a headline. And it's consistent, it's on brand, it's not rocket science. And here's a testimonial how our sellers increase their home value in 2 months. But go through here and watch some of his stuff if you want. I can put these profiles in the chat as well. This is Hannah, and she does really good local content. She has a cooking page as well, and she speaks for Tom Ferry as well. But she does a really good job of building know, like, and trust and creating relevant local content.
And it would not be against any rules to just find somebody that you love and go back through their stuff, find a few posts that they do, rebrand it with your stuff, and just do it.
Yep,
That's what I'm doing.
R&D, rip off and duplicate for sure. Here's restaurants, a list of restaurants. People might share that. Um, I don't know. It is good to just get ideas. And the green screen is good. And then they're in Austin. They were speakers at the Tom Ferry thing. Oh, but what I liked that she talked about is she recorded herself talking to a client like this one, and she was letting them know that an offer was accepted or something like that. So she's kind of telling the story and letting us listen into this phone call. But she's getting lots of business from Instagram. Educating, what does the Fed interest rate cut mean? All of this. So I'll put these in the chat, and I want to open it up and just have an open dialogue and questions. Jamie, hi.
Hello. Yeah, that was amazing. I love a lot of Shannon's content, specifically the way she is green screening and doing the talkovers of that. So she has a lot of really good ideas, and exactly what you said, just do it and it's now original because it's you.
It is. You'll add your own spin and twist on it. And yeah, it's great to get ideas from other people. It's just putting in the time blocking, and being consistent.
Time blocking is huge. Like that is the biggest aha for me is that I have to put it on my calendar. Has to be the same. Like I have a video that I do every Monday. I have a video that I do every Tuesday, and Thursday is for the loading group content. It's on my calendar, and I know I have to do it. If I don't do it that day, it's not going to happen that week. So you have to figure out what your time block looks like and make sure that you know your plan. You have to plan for this stuff or it will never get done.
All right. Who has questions?
I
Social
have
media in
I have
general.
one more thing that I love, and that is Chelsea Pites, this book. It's on Amazon and it is phenomenal for content. It's called What to Post. And she is a great Instagram person and coach. And she was with I haven't been following her lately, but I love this book and I open this book regularly just to grab an idea and just grab one, go with it, and that's it. So it's called What to Post by Chelsea Pites. All right. Questions? Sorry.
Awesome. I'm grabbing the link to that book for us too.
Okay, cool.
Hey guys,
Hey.
Hi, Bola.
this is
Yeah.
Xavier.
Oh,
So,
oh,
so
oh,
I
I
went to
see.
I went to a a model home
Hmm.
and I did a short video in preparation for trying to do the short videos. So, like, what do I do next? How do I prepare it? Do I add music? That kind of stuff.
That's a good question. Jamie, are you available to share about CapCut really quick or what you use? I know she isn't. Oh,
Yes. So the issue is you can't get CapCut if you don't already have it, I believe.
oh,
It is not, let me triple check that, but last time I tried to help someone last week, you could not get CapCut anymore.
interesting.
Um, I
What
know.
what is that for? What is that?
It's
That would
for,
be for the video editing. So if you needed to trim a little off the front, off the back, out of the middle, add audio, CapCut has kind of been the go-to, right? For video editing. Um, Big View, BIGVU, is one that I have started playing with.
yeah,
Um,
and it has a teleprompter as well.
It does, and there is a unpaid version and then two levels of a paid version. Even CapCut, there's a unpaid version and then a paid version. But yeah, so CapCut is no longer in the App Store. So
InShot is another really good one, Jamie.
okay, yeah, in shot.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that is one that could be used. Um,
And you can make them in Instagram too. It has a little
yeah.
area that helps you make reels so you can choose music that's in
Mm-hmm.
Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And
Are you
sometimes
looking
it's best to
comment?
add your music. Like if it's a single shot video and you're just trimming a little off the front and the back, like, you don't want the video to start with dead space, right? You want to
Right.
start it with you speaking, or a pan or moving of some sort. But yeah, so you can trim off and then it can be best to add the audio actually in the platform that you're uploading to, because sometimes music that's available in Reels gets flagged on TikTok and vice versa.
Yep.
Okay. So, it wasn't so much like the software, but the like what kind of music do you do? Do you add captions? Like what do you do when you're posting a video?
Yeah, I would say it just depends on the video, right? So if it's you on the screen talking, yes, I would add captions for sure. If it's a listing lowdown, like Jess talked about, where maybe it's just your hand and you're like touching things, I don't know that I would have the captions pop up where I'm speaking. Maybe just some, they have the way that you can choose like what's trending in sounds, And so
Mm-hmm.
I just play some of those and just try to match the speed, like the vibe of the video. If it's a faster pace, I want like a hip hop beat. And if it's like a nice tranquil, then I want like piano.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks.
I mean, absolutely. And yeah, a lot of people watch videos with their phones on silent. So it is great to get the transcription, the words up there in a lot of cases. Bola, go ahead.
Thank you so much again for the presentation. Very enlightening. So, I mean, I've often heard that you have to have videos all the time to stay engaged. You shouldn't have pictures all the time. And I think you also mentioned it. And I'm looking at one of the profiles, I think is the Sam one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm not seeing any videos. I'm just seeing, I mean, videos of himself, I should say, speaking.
Yeah,
So, I mean, but I like his sites because it's very clean and modern
same.
and inviting. So, would you recommend that our page looks like this without any personal
That's a good
videos?
question. And I mean, people are doing well and doing this at a really high level different ways. So I was also like mind blown because I've always been told, and this is still true for Facebook, but our face is kind of our brand. So I like to have that on there too. But just his page, a long time ago, it was just all walkthroughs and he was not in any of the videos. And it still performed really, really well. And it's kind of niched down so people know what to come to his page for.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to people that are looking at houses in his area and he picks some cool homes to highlight and walk through. So it just
Okay.
yeah, it depends. You can throw in a few of you talking and the market update, but keep it local. And if you don't want to be on video, you don't have to be. It can
Mm-hmm.
just be your screen. It can just be videos of a walkthrough. Yeah, I had the same thought.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Mhm.
Absolutely.
And I think it's important too to know that like this is where you get to be creative. And if you're not creative, that's okay. You don't have to be. But if
Mm-hmm.
you are, this is the time to do it. There's no right way or wrong way. And there's 1,000 ways all at the same time. And it's overwhelming and it's confusing and you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
So choose something simple and get that in place. One post a week. First of all, work on your profile and get 6 different things that you could pin to the top, like those were, and start there. And then once you have that done, like get your buyer presentation and your seller presentation and anything else that you have of value to offer, buyers and sellers, get that in there first. Make sure your profile's all right. Go through that video. All that's for free. If you want to advance to another level, you may consider joining something like Next Chapter Social. I just signed up for them. I'm using them this whole year probably to do all my social media overview and like I like what they do. I like them. I like the way they teach. So they have a program. I bought it. I'm in. But don't do that yet. Use the free stuff and figure out where you are and what you think you're going to be able to do.
Yep, a
Social Blue
walkthrough.
has some great
Mm-hmm.
examples. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I need to get more consistent with my morning thoughts. I do a story. I try to every morning with just, I don't know, some quotes or things I've heard lately that I like or things that I need to hear. And so it's just like coffee thoughts, and I just share 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
And people react well. People are like, "Hey, you okay? You haven't posted your morning thoughts in a while." And I'm like, "Oh, people actually read them. That's cool."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can do it so many different ways. What else? What else do y'all want to chat about? What else do you guys have questions on? Well, we can give you a few more minutes of your day back and we could all go create a post or a story in the next 10 minutes.
I was
I
going to
love it.
ask real quick,
Videos.
when is that class that they're starting, that that master class with what
From next chapter?
next chapter. Thank
It
you.
already started. It started last week on February 1st.
Oh,
Yeah,
Great.
I don't
Gotta
know
do it
the
again.
one.
mid-month. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll talk to you about that, Charlene.
Sure, no problem.
I'll send you something on it because I'm loving it. That's what I'm doing because I needed help. I'm like, I'm not creative. I I didn't know what to do with Instagram, and now I'm getting it, and I'm like, okay, this is easy actually. So
Good.
yeah, so
I know what
awesome.
to do. I just need to do it.
Exactly. That's just it. And I'm
Yeah.
learning what to do, and I still just need to do it.
Yeah. We got this. We could have a little accountability group text. Did you do your post this week?
Love it.
Whatever.
Yes.
Well, we'll probably end this whole social media challenge with something like that then.
I like it.
Okay. Awesome.
Awesome.
Next
Well,
week,
everyone.
yeah,
Mhm.
Hey,
next week,
Dawn, I was
yes.
looking for the information that the video and stuff that you did for Facebook last week. I couldn't remember where you said it would be posted.
It's just on my YouTube channel. So I will have you I'll go send it out. If anybody has signed up for this social media challenge, I will get this one done today and then we'll send out the recordings for both. So we'll get all of this in the same place.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great,
Awesome.
thank you.
All right.
All right.
Awesome. And then
Well,
next week, stay tuned. Angela Kristen Taylor is coming in. If LinkedIn is something you want to do, there's a lot to offer in LinkedIn and
yeah.
connecting with
Mhm.
people. So she's doing LinkedIn, and then week 4 we're going to talk a lot more about the video and breaking it down and all kinds of the structure of some of these posts. That's in week 4. Okay?
Can't
Great.
wait.
Awesome. All
Thank
right.
you guys.
Have
Thank
a
you
good
so
Bye.
much.
one. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.